I remember to open my
Hello,
own
everybody. We are here with episode 1 of The Circle, part of the Play to Find Out group of role-playing shows here on twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus. I'm Tuxtradamus. If you didn't know by this thing over here, I'm good enough to put the right names by the faces, so you can look at those and see who we are playing with today. So let's get to meet them. Starting below me, we have Pian. Why don't you tell?
I'm going first. Whoop-de-doo. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just throwing wild balls at you.
Wow.
Why don't you tell the audience who you are, a little about yourself, and what are you doing?
I'm Pian. I'm living life, trying my best to as a teenager in America. So, that's me. That's really all you need to know because that pretty much sums it up. I do things on twitch.tv/Pian. I'm a mess. And that's about it.
We love you.
But tell me something I said that wasn't true. Honestly, level with me here.
You are not a mess. You are just chaos incarnate.
Well, none of what you said is bad. It's not like you're
I know, but none of it was untrue.
Right. That's I donate to charity. Tell me something I said that's untrue.
Untrue is your omission of the fact that you're rad as hell.
I mean, I'll admit that my hair is pretty rad. I'm digging how I look right now. I'm really digging my self-image, but my self-image emotionally is shit. So let's move on.
Well, you look dope. So
there you go.
Thank you.
There you go. And as we all know, physical appearance is what's most important. And speaking of an important physical appearance, let's talk to our game master for today, Michael, who's right. Damn it, right there. I'm still getting the hang of pointing. Pointing is hard.
Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Owen. I design tabletop role-playing games on the internet, and I play actually a couple different games. I play in the Blades game on Monday nights with Tux, and I was able to swindle him into letting me showcase my game.
Will I get my family back once we're done with this?
Remember, they're
let's just put it this way, Tux. What family?
Oh no. Well, now I have no reason to keep going. So night, everybody.
No, please.
That's it, and it's true.
Good night.
That's how the circle works. You just kind of,
You see, hard move, soft move, warning of future badness.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. We're gonna head over to another awesome streamer that we are playing with tonight, Fidget Cetera. How are you doing?
Hello, I am Allie, Alice, Fidget Cetera, whatever the fuck you want to call me. What don't I do? I ramble on Twitter a lot, which I am Fidget Cetera everywhere. So yeah, you'll find me rambling on Twitter a lot. I haven't been streaming lately because my voice has been kind of killing me. And I basically avoided talking almost all of today just to prepare for today. I've been kind of sick and not feeling so great.
Good.
Thankfully, that's getting better. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch. I try to stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I also made an account on the social media site Mastodon that's kind of slowly rising. It's a weird open source thing that's someone trying to make a Twitter alternative. Anyway.
Open source. I like open source.
Open source free things with a decent community are pretty cool. There's a lot of cool furries on there. Anyway.
Oh, cool.
Gotta love the fur. Gotta love furries, man.
Also, I am the official witch of whatever crew. I am the best plant witch. In fact, I have been raising adorable plants, which you can if you just watch my Twitter feed, every once in a while you're just gonna see me freak out about how adorable my plants are. I found 5 little plants on the plant today.
I'm fairly confident you're I'm fairly confident no matter what you do, you're always going to end up playing a whisper because you love plants that much.
Listen, you're not wrong.
All right.
Mom. All right.
We will
Awesome.
explain the mechanics of the game later, but right now that was a little tease.
Rock on. And last but certainly not least, we have right below her, Super
Gwen, super something or other. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot except just lurk in the background, and I'm super happy to be back playing the Circle because I was here for, I think, the initial playtest, and things went to shit real quick. So yes, yes, more chaos, please.
Yeah, you and Liz were my first playtesters.
Cool.
And then we brought Tux in, and he promptly broke the game.
Original gamers.
I'm so upset I missed that session
That's
too.
how I do.
Yeah.
That's how I do.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you had to miss it, Pierre.
And I showed up and was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, we've been basically Michael brought us in a couple months ago to kind of start playtesting as the game got ready. So we have been playing for a little while to kind of get it more honed in, and now that it's in a pretty good place, we thought we would stream the playtest so you all can see the awesomeness that is this game, and check it out and offer, like, see where as it evolves and such. So why don't we just give it to the designer to talk about what the hell it is we're going to be doing.
Well, hell awaits. Let's just put it that way. Not really. It's not. This game isn't nearly that metal. I guess it can get metal if you really want it to, but not.
Look. You cannot say that you have things called blood and death and say that this game isn't metal.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So allow me to welcome you to the world of the Circle. I am your game master, Oracle of Chaos, game designer, prophet of unknowable truths, whatever you want to call me. And in the Circle, it is a powered, my picture just fell. It is a powered by the apocalypse game, modeled in sort of, it's sort of weird how it ends up playing, because it's like if Apocalypse World and Blades in the Dark had a baby and then Mage raised it, if that makes any goddamn sense.
I feel that.
It's that, yeah, that's what it is. So
how long have you been working on that, Michael?
5 seconds.
Impressive.
Nice,
5 seconds. So basically, in the game, you are playing as shamans, and a shaman is someone who can call upon the spirits innate to the world and ask them to allow you to perform superhuman feats of magic. Certain spirits will answer certain calls, but all spirits hear the call. And based on how closely your soul aligns with the ideologies of the 5 spirit domains, death, fate, essence, nature, blood, the spirits will look kindly on you, or you might invoke their wrath. So our noble players are going to be taking the role of young shamans, entering into a world that they themselves may not understand, and embarking on a journey, and we're going to see where it takes them.
Very well put. Awesome.
Yay.
Let's play to find out what happens.
Let's
yeah.
fucking play this goddamn game.
So, first,
Yeah, so why don't you walk us through what it takes to make one of these shamans you were talking so highly about?
well, first, let's build a world. Gotta have
course.
something. You gotta have somewhere to put the people, Tuxtradamus.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we could just float around in the nether. You know?
We can always just float around in the void, but
That
at a
worked.
certain point, that just becomes everybody's heads talking to one another, and it gets real weird. I know it. I've done it. It's bad.
That, like, no, actually, that's kind of a spoiler. Never mind.
Kind of a spoiler.
sorry.
What?
I was gonna say something about Evangelion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is a spoiler. Do not spoil that.
That's a very heavy.
That is a big spoiler. Spoiler. Anyway, so. God damn it, guys. All right. We're
keep it going. Keep it going. We're good. We're good.
We're gonna get our silliness out somehow, so it'll be fine.
I'm so sorry.
So, let's. The game is intentionally vague as far as setting go. I have had shamans in occupied France during the 1940s, and I have had shamans during the Salem witch trials, and I have had shamans in modern day community colleges. So it can be whatever we want to make it. And I know we were talking before the stream about the sort of feeling we want to get, and we decided that we wanted to do it in modern day.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to set it in an actual city. And I believe the one we decided on was Nolans.
Nolans.
Yes, it was spelled exactly like
Big Easy.
WLIN.
If you all have been following my Twitter, I've been asking people. It's like, yo, what's in New Orleans?
Oh man, I should have. My brother and sister live in Louisiana. They like
kid.
no, like I should get them to
You're such a bad. Okay.
My only
right.
prep was
Just be like, okay, give me the TLDR on New Orleans.
Yeah. All right. So, well,
I'll give you.
it's a good thing this is session 1.
Yeah.
So we're setting it in New Orleans. We are playing an established circle. So you are all already part of an existing organization.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be about building the circle because when you build the circle, that means the hard part is building the circle, and that can be fun, but we don't really want to explore that. We want to be in the world and see what happens. We lost a cam.
Oh no, whose?
We lost Pian.
Luckily, PM was last, so I don't have to juggle anything.
But we are going to set the game. We're going to set the game in modern world. Normal people do not know about shamans. I believe was the established fiction.
Yeah, kind of like, I think from what
Are
I
we
remember,
thinking Harry Potter, or are we thinking are we thinking something more along the lines?
kind of vaguely Harry Potter, because I know like we were talking like general knowledge. Magic's like, oh yeah, that's in like storybooks and stuff, but like there are like pockets and like areas and like people that know like, oh yeah, magic's actually a real thing.
Magic,
yeah.
I feel like especially where we are, like this place would be kind of
Somewhat tolerant.
more superstitious.
I mean, magic is naturally going to go to the more superstitious parts of the world, or in some cases, maybe shamans are really common in big cities because you can hide in plain sight because you're just another weird person in the crowd that no one notices.
Or because big cities, ley lines, all that jazz. Yeah.
And whatever, yeah. Like the connection to spirits and stuff. Like, yeah, like really spiritual places that have like a big concentration of shamans. And then, yeah, like in big cities, like there would just be like circles forming. And, there's like pockets of like people that know about it. But like, if you just find like random person on the street, they're probably going to be like, no, of course magic isn't real.
Hence the something Bourbon Street Mardi Gras. Yeah, that's basically every response I've ever got about New Orleans.
XP in this game is actually called beads.
Beads. No.
So, all that. I've taken the liberty of kind of thinking a little bit about what we want to do. And someone mentioned something about magic influencing historical events. I seem to remember one in particular. Does anyone want to talk about that? Just because I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking.
What do you mean?
If somebody gives me a refresher on what it is,
we were talking about some type of shamanic civil war.
That, yes, there was that. I don't remember what time we set that to.
I was actually thinking it ended in 2004 because that aligns with another significant event that shamans could have influenced.
An election?
Katrina.
Oh my
yeah,
god, you're
that's
right.
true.
I do remember that. Okay, I remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are we at all opposed to this Civil War idea and Hurricane Katrina being the final either desperate attack or like crush of the resistance?
I think it'd be cool if like people know that it was magic, but why it happened is kind of like
Still gray area?
Yeah, it's kind of like the shot that no one actually knows who shot, but it just started a thing. Like someone, some group of shamans summoned this giant storm, and everyone was just like, "We got to stop fighting and deal with this hurricane." And
I like that. I like that. And so, and that's probably the moment that ended it.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who did it. We don't know why they.
Well, and then also that kind of leaves it open to like things not being done because nothing was really settled. It was just hit the pause button and then take care of this thing.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we cannot kill thousands of people because we're angry about whatever our ideology.
Yeah.
And I don't think
right, they're important.
Shamans adhere to the domains of the spirit world, and I don't really like the idea of it being divided strictly along domain lines per se.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what we want to do with that.
I do like the idea of it not being along like domain lines, because otherwise we'd have to like come up with some weird things as to like if we are split in the party
also,
or
because also the domains reflect your values, not whether you are good or evil.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for good or evil to happen in a war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, strange as it seems, you can have a good blood shaman.
You can have a very good blood shaman. You can have a very good death shaman.
Yeah.
You can also have a horribly evil essence shaman or nature shaman.
Yeah.
And fate can be really bad because they just break all the fucking rules.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll go into that a little bit more in depth.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I think something we were kind of talking about with like what the Civil War was and like kind of the thing that divides people is like the relationship and like the role of spirits in magic.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
do spirits exist to create magic for humans, or do humans
like ask for
humans,
it? Like
are humans gifted their magic? Well, I think it's less that, because inherent to the setting, spirits give you magic. Without the spirits, you don't have magic. That's just
right. So yeah, it's more like
I think it would be a case of is this like a right? Like, is this like we have the right to demand of the spirits to help us?
Yeah, is it a right or a privilege kind of thing?
Or is it, and then maybe that's one side, and the other side is no, spirits are far more powerful than us.
Or even more like, is it a right or is it earned? Like,
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because like it's known that like spirits, like if without spirits we have no magic. So like it's like no one's arguing that like spirits are the ones that give us the magic, but like some people are like, no, of course we have magic. Like why wouldn't we have magic? We deserve magic. And then some people are like, no, like we're extremely lucky that they're doing this for us, and like we need to be respectful of them.
And don't take it for granted because you know they might just eat it.
Here's the thing I was playing around with. Because we did see in previous playtests, we have seen friendships develop between humans and spirits.
Yeah.
Can more complicated emotions develop from that? I'm interested. I'm not saying any of you have to be like, I'm in love with my spirit. I'm just, that might be something I explore, and I just want to get everybody's okay with that.
I'm okay with it. Especially since in the past we've had spirits come back from the dead.
Say, I'm sorry. Everybody talked at once.
Sorry.
Super go.
I was saying in the past we've had people come back and be spirits. So that was sort of established in that last realms.
Ascension is totally a thing. It is an end state for this game. You can get it's not explicitly worded in the rules, but I have sort of given the GM the ability to be like, when a shaman becomes powerful to the point that they can ascend to spirithood, they do. if the shaman so desires.
Yeah.
So, and in some case, I guess in some cases that for this setting, that's actually kind of like a downgrade. You just sort of devolve into spirithood, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna explore the shit out of that.
But yeah, I think the whole relationships with like the relationship between a human and a spirit, like friendship or different or more. Yeah. I like that. That'd be cool to see. It's cool to explore that.
I'm just gonna write down a couple things. So, right versus these are sort of the themes we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah.
Right versus privilege. Like what is sort of personhood with the spirits specifically, and relationships across those lines.
Yeah.
Between person and non-person and spirit, and someone who believes in a right and someone who believes in a privilege.
Yeah.
I don't imagine they're mutually exclusive groups.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then something else that we were interested in exploring is like, because we're shamans, but we're also like people. So like, like person life versus shaman life, like and that.
Yeah, but that means you guys, you're going to have jobs. I'm going to make soft moves against you if you I don't show up to work for 4 days in a row. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
You get like 3 calls from your boss. You don't take any of them, you're fired. That's going to be a I'm just telling you, if we want to bring real life consequences into this, it could get real fast. And I just want to let y'all know.
Good. We enjoy real here.
Ian, you're muted. What were you saying?
You wanted to have a relationship with your spirit?
No.
Okay.
I'm sensing judgment here.
I'm not judging. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued because I already have the only reason I said that is because I already had an NPC in mind. I just do that. I had 10 hours 2 days ago driving in swampland, and I was just like, all the ideas for this game was just swimming in my mind. So I think that sort of gets our settings sort of ironed out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk. Let's like at least at a high level. Let's talk about the PCs. Talk about how to make them, and let's. I'm going to do a brief overview of each of the domains.
That would be good. I will.
So, at the start of the game, all PCs are primarily aligned to one of the 5 domains, and again, that's blood. Death, fate, essence, nature, blood. Death. I'm going to go down on the list. So, yay! Thank you. So death is not about like evil. Death is amoral. Death sees what needs to be done and does it regardless of traditional assumptions of right and wrong. Death is also greedy. Death wants to get more powerful. Death wants to amass whatever it's trying to amass. And death is also, I have it written down. Death is also very, very pragmatic.
Yeah.
If it makes sense that you have to do something, death's gonna do it. Death don't give a fuck. Death shamans are hard motherfuckers. Which I appreciate. And the default playbook for a death shaman.
No, just go ahead. Just move on.
You good?
Yes,
Your mic is really quiet, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say your mic's in.
Did you swap to the other one again?
Yeah, I think you did.
That's what it sounds like.
You're getting that ironed out. Death, default death. Default death. The default death.
Yeah, that's good. You can actually turn it down a little bit too if you want to.
Is called the Wake Dancer. And the Wake Dancer is a shaman who uses song and dance to appeal to the spirits of death. So they're really fun. They can do a lot of really cool stuff. Next, we have Fate. Fate is very indirect. It values being clever. And fate deals obviously a lot with time, and it's maybe the wittiest. It's the one that's about finding creative solutions. Sort of sees the matrix and changes the rules a little bit, which is a lot of fun. Essence is linked to order, life, and unity. Very structured. Essence shamans start with a ward, which is a fledgling spirit that is their companion or servant, however they decide to look at it, which is really interesting. Nature is all about growth and instinct and the interconnectedness of everything that lives. And their magic that has to do with nature is dealing with beasts, dealing with plants, storms, weather patterns. And then blood. Blood is about passion and impulse and rage and sacrifice. Blood, mechanically, is about making fictional decisions that give you a mechanical benefit but will hurt you later. So they are very driven by their desires and by their passions. Whatever they're about it right now. And the blood emissary reflects that with their ability to sacrifice things to get benefits, to just chase down their quarry without any thought. With all that in mind, let's go ahead and, again, I've already mentioned the different domains. The Wake Dancer, the Whisperer, which is nature, the Soothsayer, which is a fate shaman, deals with prophecy and all that fun stuff. The Blood Emissary, that makes sacrifice. Then the Warden, the protector of a fledgling spirit. What does everybody think about playing? Does anyone have any specific ideas what they want to start with?
Oh,
Wake
I'm
Dancer.
down. I'm fucking ready.
You do it, man.
Wake Dancer.
So okay.
So Tux is a Wake Dancer. Go ahead and write that on your sheet, please.
Because it turned out so well last time I was a Wake Dancer.
Yes, because you joined the Suicide Squad. Hands down, the most useful NPC I've ever had, because you were literally Deus Ex Machina. It was great. Liz, what were you gonna say?
Okay. Is there any way we could have two Wake Dancers? Because I really wanted to be a Wake Dancer too.
Yes, you can totally be a Wake Dancer.
I changed what I wanted to do. And I'm sorry, I was gonna say that earlier, but I kind of want to be a Wake Dancer too.
Yeah, take Wake Dancer. Apologize for not having good Roll20 sheets yet. We're just gonna have to do this by hand.
Wait, Tux, which move are you gonna take?
We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay. We can talk about that later. Alice.
Whisper. I wonder if I'll play a Whisperer, huh?
I'm gonna take Word of Growth so you can command plant to grow and change shape.
Plants are my happy space.
Plants are your happy space. Go ahead and write that down.
Yeah, that should be just what I write.
Plants are my happy space. Plants. I really need to make beliefs, because that would be such a great belief. Plants are my happy space. Super. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking blood. And moreover, I'm thinking the offering, because that seemed like it's something that we haven't touched on, I think, at all. So I want to try that.
Would you mind reading offering to the read the description of the Blood Emissary and then read offering for chat?
Well, the Blood Emissary is a shaman who earns the favor of the great spirits through sacrifice. And with the offering, describe a sacrifice to the GM, and they'll judge its worth and give you 1 or 2 charges based on how much it complicates your shaman's life. And that means I can spend a charge to raise a failure to a partial success, or a partial to a full success.
Yes.
Pretty good.
And just to clarify the language, sacrifice does not mean I have to murder a chicken. Sacrifice means it means giving something up that you previously had. So if you wanted to sacrifice a memory or some quality about yourself, that you totally could. Just to keep that in mind. Anything that complicates your life. So just to give all that out there. Alice, would you go ahead and read the Whisper chat, please, and read Word of Growth, because I know you're taking that.
Well, do you know?
Are you going to take Stormcaller? Because that's the only other thing I see you taking.
I am. I have a specific reason for that I just came up with as well.
Would you like to, well, read it first and then share the group if you'd like.
All right. So the Whisperer is a shaman who commands the powers of nature through ancient words of power. That feels slightly redundant. I am constantly critical of things anyway.
You're the one who practically proofread.
Yeah,
I'm the one who proofread the entire document, and during this stream, I posted a thing in the feedback channel for our Discord group. Anyway, I'm so sorry. It's just the things are not in the same order.
This is why you're the editor. This is why you're the editor, because you notice things
I'm
that
the best. Anyway. And
Alice is the head editor, by the way, over at SwiftKite, but we'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah, I'm taking Stormcaller, which allows me to bring down a great and terrible storm on the world when
you want.
When I want, yeah. When I ask the spirits of it, and they're cool with it.
Yeah. These moves you don't have to roll. Like at the start of the game, you get a move that you don't have to roll for. Because the spirits are just like, yeah, you're cool. You can have that. That's something we're totally down with, and we will always be down with it if you ask. Just sort of as a way to kind of pad everything out, but everything else you have to roll for. And the ethos of this game is, you can do it. Just tell me how, and I will tell you what to roll.
Yeah, the one thing about Stormcaller that's going to be, or that it's might be interesting is basically, I'm not going to say my specific reasons, but I should probably slightly clear this with you in private messages. But I
have a theory, and
you're probably right. But just basically, it's not something that my character currently wants to use or will probably ever use again, but has used it in the past.
I wonder why.
What could it be?
I'm so obvious.
All right. If you feel like you need to PM me, please PM me. But
I don't think you need that PM.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask if it's just out in the open, then I'm gonna ask you questions. All right, is that cool?
I'll say I'm not going to reveal the specifics of like why my character caused Hurricane Katrina. At least not here.
It's like, oh my god, I'm surprised. We'll talk.
I'm happy.
We'll talk about it. I have a couple ideas, and if you did it alone, that's pretty fucking impressive. Just saying. I like that. Tux, our wave dancer.
Yeah, so
wave dancer 1.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing Lament of the Fallen.
Lament of the Fallen. Please read that for everybody.
So, Lament of the Fallen allows the wake dancer to call the spirits of dead friends, family, or lovers and have one last conversation.
Mm-hmm. And that's sort of... Friend is sort of vague. It doesn't require someone to have like died on screen for it to happen, but you can do it. Just so you all know.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like, I just want to lament and see what happens, I'll be like, yeah, a spirit shows up, and we'll talk about who it is and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Instant NPC generation.
Yeah, passive NPC generation, which is a lot of fun. So you want to take lament. Pian, what are you thinking?
I want to take the curse.
Please read Curse-Addled Cavalt.
Compel a living thing to dance until the curse is lifted, or force them to dance until they die. I'm excited. I'm like...
Yeah.
We talked about, like, what if we did this, but I'm doing it. Like, don't say it out loud. but like we talked about what if this happened, like if this was a thing, if said character was a character in this thing, it's happening. It's going.
I'm excited, though I have no idea what you're going on about.
This is the problem with giving players tons of agency as a GM, is you never really know what they're gonna do, and weird shit just happens out of nowhere.
Weird ships also happen.
Ship is what you support. Yeah,
happens
Weird
a lot.
shifts also happen. Yeah.
Yeah, weird
Ship
ship
also happens.
Yeah.
We definitely had a shaman in the playtest that ended up going on thousands of dates totally by accident.
Wait, huh? Oh, that's right. It wasn't thousands though.
Yes.
It was like
it was a lot.
half a dozen.
Yeah.
It was a
It was
lot.
like half a dozen with.
It was a surprising amount.
Yeah.
All right. So
With how awkward that
play
character was, it was a surprising amount.
all right. So we have a very if everybody will take a look at the pentagram that's visible in Roll20. We have a very that's actually really interesting. We don't have
Essence or fate?
you guys are basically all on a wedge. Like all together, you're on a wedge. So I'm gonna go ahead and create NPC.
Weren't we gonna have NPCs be the rest of our circle?
I'm gonna make 2 NPCs that are both like base entry level shamans. Let's pull up my name generator here. I'm gonna do oh god, I don't know how to say any of these.
You don't?
I clicked Celtic names and that was a bad decision.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, because you're gonna get like 11th century like stuff, like weird Celtic. Yeah.
Let's see.
Wait, I have to edit it on the.
Oh wait, I have to put things in my character sheet. I've done this multiple times. I promise, guys. Like I'm actually pretty like experienced in this, like being on streams and role playing, but I'm just not good at it.
Wait.
Okay, so you have 2 like low-level shamans in your circle. Ryan Duff. He's a soothsayer, kind of a trippy dude. It's like real high, and it has prophetic visions, and that's his jam. And then let's see. The other one's name is Maggie Hind. She is a warden, and her word is a actually, I think her ward is just like a ball of light.
That's cool.
Her ward is a ball of light that simply gets referred to as Nox.
Cute.
Yeah, it's just a little ball. Just a little
Rufus.
sassy ball of light.
Sassy ball, like.
Sassy
And
ball of light. And you are a soothsayer. All right. And you have a couple of other like boulders in your circle. And I think they all align to the allied pairs. So you have a Serenity Shaman named Luna. She's sort of the leader. Like there's not a leader in the circle, but she's the one who's like the most experienced.
What was her name again?
Luna. And her ward's name is Myth. And it's just like an amorphous humanoid blob of light. Predation Shaman is Butch. He's just kind of like a gruff, tall black man. Kind of a tough customer, but he's like really nice when you get to know him. Hedonism is Harley.
Because Harley Quinn, why not?
Yeah.
Harley and I are going to get along very nicely.
Harley, we're going to talk about who of these was like your like master in a little bit. It'll be fun. Harley's cool. She's probably like an exotic dancer. That's her day job. Is she like does stuff like that? We'll talk about your day jobs in a bit. Deceit is Deceit is Alex.
Aww.
And, they are a I think they like work at like a library or something. And then you have a law shaman. Law shaman name. Generate. His name is Jay. And his ward is a owl, like a spirit that takes the form of an owl.
Cool. Owls rock.
Owls are pretty great.
Named dude, how dumb do I want this guy to be? His ward could totally just be named Just.
God, yes.
Or you could call him Archimedes.
I like that actually. Archimedes. All right, so that's our circle. Let's talk about your names and what you guys do outside of the magical world.
Who do we start with?
I'm gonna start with Tux because I think he has the best idea.
I do.
Oh, gee, GM favoritism.
I'm guessing because you were the first one to be like, this is what I want. This is the move I want.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't have a name yet.
Okay. Does anybody have a name, or would anyone like me to generate them a whole buttload of names?
I've got one.
Okay. Super. What is your character's? Let's start with their pronouns and then what's their name?
Her name is Donna. And this would be the blood shaman with the offering move that I've got. Plan on moving her towards blood and essence, but
Blood. What do you do for a living, Donna?
I'm picturing something with guns for some reason. I don't know why.
Are you like an Olympic? Are you like
no,
an
I'm
Olympic...
not a sharp. I can be, but that would be an abuse of my power.
Are you just a cop? Or is
yeah.
that too, or do you want to do something like more underbelly? Like maybe you're like a...
I'm thinking probably not so underbelly.
Not so underbelly.
Yeah, so put me in the police force. I'm a girl in blue.
Cop. Are you married?
Nope.
Okay. When you're on the road, your partner's name. Partner is an old guy with like a gray hair and a big mustache named Bill. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have any ideas?
I immediately thought of my name right after I said I didn't have a name.
Okay.
My name is Jaden.
Yes.
Jaden goes by they.
Hey, Sam, we're gonna do non-binary characters.
Hey. Let's see. I want them to do something with
Death shamans.
Oh yeah, they're both. Yeah, we have 2 death shamans that are both non-binary. Rock on.
Yeah.
I want them to do something with music, because I feel like they like.
Are you like a jazz singer, or do you have like a cover band or something?
I think I want them to work at a a nightclub or something like that.
Okay.
But like the nightclub like changes by night. So like one night it'll be like a jazz club, one night it'll be like rave, one night it'll be like just people grinding with each other club
or something.
Yeah, just like it's like a club that changes around, and like they have like different things like decorations and like it changes every day, but it's a whole production basically.
The club's name is Genre.
No, that's awesome.
The club's name is Genre, and it's located just off Urban Street.
Nice. Yeah. So I think
you got a lot of tourists that come in because it's just weird.
Yeah. I think Jaden works as like a bartender, and then also like performs sometimes, like when it's like fitting to the kind of music that they play.
Alex totally works there. Alex probably owns it.
Oh, cool.
You got the connections. Wait,
Alex
do I have
owns-
connections to the Law Shaman?
If you want, you can have connections with whoever you want. Let's go down the list. Alice.
Right then, I have picked out the name Melissa, and I think that she's a biologist who probably has her own side project of personal research into sort of how spiritual influence affects things on a cellular level.
Do you work for a laboratory, or are you like going to grad school, or do you work at a university?
Yeah, I think she works at a university.
Tell me what university at New Orleans you work at, and then
Quick to Google.
that's exactly why I did that.
Yeah.
Are you studying, or are you a professor?
I'm gonna say studying.
Hooray! More college magic do.
Okay, so what like, okay, that's what you do. What pays for you to eat? You work at like a flower shop?
Maybe, yeah.
Or are you
like
a scholarship
a
kitty?
girl or something? That could be funny. And super ironic.
But what'd you say?
I was like, do you work at a flower shop, or are you like a weather girl?
Oh God.
Temple. Wait, oh, not Temple University. It's not. Anyway. So what do you work? What do you like? You could just work at like a coffee shop. Like that's totally a thing. Paying your way through college, working at Starbucks.
Nah,
I know you as a person are very aggressively opposed to Starbucks for some reason. So I'm just gonna keep
Not
suggesting
actually,
that.
I've still just never had it.
Oh, okay.
But no.
Viola is what I meant. Okay. Does that work for you? What university did you pick?
I still haven't figured out.
New Orleans universities.
Yeah.
Well, you're figuring that out and figuring out your day job, and just PM me with those, or we'll just come back to you. Pian.
Hello, I am playing Andromeda.
Nice.
Is that your real name, or is that like something that you just picked up?
People don't really know.
Okay. What are your pronouns?
I'm a bartender. I'm they, them.
Do we work at the genre together?
Oh my God.
Do all the death shamans just work at this club?
We all just hang out at the same place.
Why not?
Did one of you like
I think Harley works at like the I imagine it's actually one of those clubs where there's like the dance bar, and then like separated by several walls is like the gentleman's club on the next door where Harley works.
So like Harley works like adjacent to us, but like we all kind of work.
They're probably both owned by Alex.
All the Death Shamans just hang out in this one club. I love it.
Andromeda, very cool name. I agree with Glory.
Mm-hmm.
You are a Death Shaman and you work at Genre. What do you do there?
I'm a bartender.
Bartender. Awesome.
Yes.
And it's like, just for reference, like to get a picture of Andromeda. Should we do that later or now?
Actually, I was gonna say it's 9 o'clock. Now that we've introduced the characters, do we want to take a short break and then we can come back to kind of
let's take a short break. Everybody get water. I need a second to think about how I'm gonna intro all this shit.
Yeah. Awesome. So we're just gonna take a short break, just a few minutes. So feel free to get up, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do, and then we'll come back to kind of get more about the characters, and then we'll go through the actual mechanical creation and get all of our stuff figured out with the sheets and such. So
Alice, you have homework. Don't go away.
I really need to pee.
Go.
It's okay. I have a phone.
All right. We'll be right back.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for having me.